Well, hello and welcome to Wind Down Wednesday. I'm covering some really great topics today, and I hope you're excited because I feel like the energy has been a little like this. And it's amazing how many people I've been hearing they've been feeling like this kind of energy, like it's really high, it's really low, it's really high, it's really low. And it definitely has been an encounter with wonkiness. And I had been sharing in the membership some of the energy during a retrograde free isn't really fantastic. It's because all limitations are off and we're a little uncertain how to navigate that, how to work with that. So let me know while I'm saying hi, how you're doing. Let me know what you've been feeling, what you've been experiencing. And maybe you've been feeling a little bit more of like, gosh, people are crazy. Or maybe it's like everyone's just been so wonderful. I want to hear. Hello, Genevieve. Hello, Trisha. Hello, Karen. Hello. I gotta tell you, I don't have my drink. It's empty. It's like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But that's okay. That is totally fine. Hey, Nick. I know. Nick, it's been really such a long time, but it's wonderful seeing your smiling face through there. Yeah, I like the little smile right there too. Nice, nice, nice. Rough retrograde. Yeah. I think it was really there were some it seemed more intense. I know that some of the issues I had with the retrogrades, it was kind of like, wow, that's unusual, that's interesting. And so maybe, as an observer, you're like, yeah, that's nuts. So you might find this retrograde free, you're still getting your balance, and that's okay. The thing is, retrograde free is a great time to start something new. So if something hasn't been working, a new approach. If there's been something on your heart, this is the perfect time. If there's been something new that maybe you've been curious about, this is the time to dip your toes. When you are in a retrograde free zone, it's also the right time to make decisions because there's not something influencing you. It's interesting that my third eye would be kind of tingly at that moment. So I do take that as a sign, trust your intuition. But I feel like this is a good time. And we know retrograde free is a good time to make a decision. And we know retrograde free is a good time to take inspired action, meaning you feel the direction, you feel the guidance. So, just to recap, when it is retrograde free, no retrograde, a retrograde free time means yay, but it means great for taking inspired action. It is great for making decisions, and it is great for starting something new. So if you've been putting something off, if you feel like you've always had a hankering to do something, this is your time. If maybe you've always wanted to believe in fairies, this is your sign. If you want to communicate with angels, this is the time. Engage, engage, engage. Use retrograde free to your advantage. Take a cleansing breath and run with it, baby. Trust your intuition because you will be guided. Now, let's talk about this Taurus energy because we are in Taurus season, and that season really does bring the love yourself. You matter. Think about Venus. What is she going to do? She is going to remind you you're sexy, you're desirable, you're intelligent, you're the whole package, you're creative, and my goodness, your angels are all over that one. But it's true. So use this season, the Taurus season, to really lean in to you, to celebrating you. And when you do that, you start to feel aligned with, well, wait a second, that person that dumped me, they were, thank goodness, because we were not a good match. Thank goodness, because it would have been more heartache, because things would have turned out and I would have been in a terrible situation, whatever. Just you're able to release that yuck. Taurus season is like, girl, you are ready for the great things. And this is the invitation to step into it. Remember, when you're operating in 5D, you're elevated. And that Venus is easier to work with. It's easier to work with Venus as a goddess, as a spirit guide, than when you're in 3D, because 3D, you're judging, you're a little like, oh, I don't know if I can even be hearing that or talking that. Maybe that's not right. Maybe this is off. It is spot on. It's the right thing to do. Love yourself and let your intuition guide you. What does that look like? Because for some, it might be celebrating with your favorite chocolate candy. For others, it might be taking a bubble bath. I personally get bored in the bathtub. I feel like I've been in there too long. I feel like I'm missing out. I feel like while I like it, it just is not that thing. But maybe that's your jam. So treat yourself. Make the time to have the bubble bath. Add the extra bubbles. Get the bubbles that you think smell really great. One of my great things I like is the special lotion. So in the comments, would you please share what is it that you really enjoy? What is one way that you spoil yourself, that you really step into this love for you? And I'm going to check that out. Yeah. Yeah, Amy is a Taurus. So she is bringing that power, bringing that beautiful energy. While you're sharing in the comments, chocolate, lots of chocolate. Oh, love it. Love it. Yes, love it. I was very disappointed that Easter candy was only on sale 25%. I totally think it should have been off 50%. It wasn't. So speaking of craving, that's what Taurus New Moon is talking about. What are you craving in your life? So you're treating yourself, you're honoring your soul, you're going to treat yourself like royalty. Yeah, Genevieve likes chocolate too. Nice. Ha 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 ha. Nice. Maybe there's a really nice candle you want to get too. Like I'm really uncomfortable getting candles because of my cats, but I have that little thingy that will heat it up. These are the sparkly glasses that were over here, but that way I can read my notes. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. What are you craving more of in your everyday life? And the reason why we want to say everyday life is because we want you grounded. Taurus energy is grounding. So besides chocolate, because you're going to treat yourself, that could also be giving yourself more downtime instead of feeling rushing. Like I have to rush everywhere. I have to go, 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 go. I have to get there. Instead of having that, giving yourself the freedom of some breathing room. Maybe it's giving yourself permission to go on that 5-minute walk. It doesn't have to be a 10-minute. It can be a 5-minute walk, just getting outside. Maybe your soul's asking for a little bit of that. Now, when you have the Taurus New Moon energy and you have the beautiful energy of this retrograde free time, that's a time where Taurus is going to help us anchor our intentions. And it was something that we went through in the membership of anchoring our intentions. And the reason why you want to anchor it is because Taurus is stable. Taurus is going to help you stay stubborn and see this through. So you want to make sure that you anchor your intentions. The retrograde free skies accelerate your intentions and your manifesting because there's nothing pulling it back. A retrograde is like, well, hold on. I want you checking out the rear view mirror. I want you a little distracted over here. I want your attention over here. Retrograde free doesn't do that. It's like, hey, look forward. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So it's a beautiful time for moving forward. So please embrace this time and really grab it by the reins and go forward. The other thing about this beautiful energy is that it is a time that you're able to call in this peace, which Taurus brings, this pleasure, Oh, that's right. The 3 Ps: peace, pleasure, and prosperity. That's right. It brings in the 3 Ps. So, I want you to embrace your dreams, allow yourself to know it doesn't have to be an uphill battle. And I want you to real quickly close your eyes and visualize Ferdinand the Bull. And if you haven't read the story, you might want to just check it out. It was, I think, a Caldecott winner. So get the beautiful book, Ferdinand the Bull. And Ferdinand is sitting underneath this beautiful tree and smelling the flowers. And that's really all he wanted to do. He was he was misunderstood because he accidentally got stung by a bee and he had a reaction. And then a bullfighter saw him and he's like, I want to fight that ferocious beast and blah, blah, blah. And thankfully, Ferdinand is not killed and is just a lover, not a fighter, and goes back under his favorite tree and gets to smell the flowers. No bee stinging him. So, what does that look like for you? If you're sitting underneath the tree and you're in that sense of peace and prosperity, and you feel like there's pleasure all around you, you just feel the pleasure of knowing tomorrow is going to be a great day. You have the pleasure of knowing that everything's working out, the pleasure of knowing that you're aligned with such greatness. So that's your norm. What does that feel like? And when you go under that tree and you reconnect with Ferdinand, remember that's one of those anchoring intentions, the Ferdinand the Bull, because he's grounded. He's saying, I'm going to help you have the energy to take that action, and you're able to go forward. So embrace that bullheadedness, that I can do what I set my mind to. And if you want to manifest peace and tranquility, you're going to manifest it. If you want to manifest money, you're able to manifest it. You know that you know. The secret sauce to all of it is your intuition, trusting your intuition. And when you trust your intuition, what occurs is you are guided by your angels and you're truly on the right path because they know the right path already. They are able to help you out and get you there. So the thing is, when you are going forward, there might be some distractions, not from a retrograde, but from friends or family or even your own logic that tries to throw you off. And if that happens, if you suddenly see a bull, know that your angel is saying, hey, stay the course. Don't get distracted. Don't let that upset throw you off course. Okay. If you need some protection or energy or strength, picture the bull and work with that bull as a power animal so that you can go forward. I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to pull a card in this one. I want you thinking about what you want to manifest. I want you thinking about your intention. I want you thinking about what is it that I'm going to go forward and manifest during this time. Remember, Taurus New Moon, retrograde free. It's a magical time. Oh, and you're ready for it. You're ready for this. You're ready to go forward. You're ready to use this beautiful energy to your advantage. You know, Taurus is saying, hey, you're worth it, but you got to accept that you're worth it so that you can accept I can manifest this amazing thing, this awesome thing. It's just like that person that saves up $1,000, but they don't feel worthy of the $1,000. And then they have these unexpected bills that totals $1,000. So that's why it's important that you accept how awesome you truly are. Accept how amazing you are. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, we used to have that little Ziggy cartoon, and there was a Ziggy cartoon that said, God don't make junk. Well, God don't make junk. You are beautiful. You are perfect. Woo! Oh, hang on a second. Hang on. The card just fell down. Hang on a second. Hang on. Woo! Okay, but you gotta cooperate. Cooperate with your angels. Cooperate with your dreams. This means allow yourself. I know where you might feel like, well, if I'm stubborn, how am I cooperating? Well, you're cooperating by staying the course. You're cooperating by being stubborn, like, I'm not going to veer off. You're cooperating with other people, but you're also honoring where you are. You're not intervening. You're not allowing them to intrude. You're staying the course. So I want you to cooperate with angels. I want you to cooperate with manifesting. And I do feel like this is also part of that Taurus energy. Cooperate with your ability to receive, to know your self-worth, to spoil yourself. The more you start spoiling yourself, and it could be something as simple as pulling a card a day, pulling the card in the morning, reading the card online. Maybe it's just taking a moment to doodle with your morning coffee or tea, or maybe orange juice. Maybe it's Metamucil. Just take your time in the morning if that's going to honor your soul. It's figuring out what honors you, and it's easier for you to think about that right now. So, what is it that honors you? If you can, put that in the comments. I want to know, what is it that you are hearing right now through your intuition when you ask yourself, what is it that I can do that truly honors me? I want you to put that in the comments. Let's read that. And even if you want to make something up, that's okay too, but comment something, because then we're going to be able to address it and we're going to be able to embrace that and get a little clarity on that. Hello, beautiful Meg. Hello. When you are, sometimes when we're thinking, we're in the way and putting you on the spot. Sometimes it's not easy to hear what your intuition is saying, and that's okay, because the more you doodle, you journal. I know Nick is a fantastic artist. I know you'll hear it, you'll see it, you'll visualize it creatively. If you are tapping into the Taurus energy, you might suddenly have this creative urge to take up crocheting, and then you need to check out Amy's images on the crocheting on her YouTube channel. If you are suddenly feeling like you need to paint, like you want to garden, all of these are creative expressiveness. Maybe it's picking up a musical instrument again. That's also a form of creativity. Singing, form of creativity. Humming, oh my gosh. Oh yeah. That changes the vibration. It brings in the healing. Remember, 5D brings in the healing. So your creativity is going to have a different look, a different energy, and it's going to be heightened. So tap into that. So thank you, Karen. Karen is saying she really wants to align with that. Be kind, like receiving the kindness, be kind to herself, be kind in that self-talk. And I know, Karen, you are so kind to everybody. And so it's really just such a beautiful to I feel like it would be such a beautiful reflection to be kind to yourself, really accept how amazing and awesome you are, and then treat yourself. And it's, even if you're writing yourself a love letter or an encouraging letter, an encouraging post-it note, you've got this. That kind of thing. You can use a dry erase marker and write on your mirror, reminding yourself. It could even just be a smiley face on your mirror. That way it's code. No one else knows what that's standing for, but you do. And that's a sign of encouragement. Cindy, hi Cindy. Taking time for yourself. Babe, I know, right? Sometimes you feel like my list to do is just ever growing. And this is the time to release it and to put a pause. And it's just like when you're watching your favorite show, especially if you're watching a Netflix series, sometimes you're like, hey, I got to go to bed. I can't binge it all tonight. Sometimes you just need to pause the show. Maybe you need to pause what's going on and treat yourself. And when I say treat yourself, that means without the guilt. There is no guilt permitted. It is, I deserve this. I am worthy of this. I am celebrating this. It's just like when you eat a treat. You know how some people will just bash themselves for eating that ice cream. I don't need the calories. I don't need this, just blah, blah, blah. It's like, whoa, 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 stop that negative talk. No, I am sweet. This is treating my soul and I am getting sweeter from it. So it's really turning around that dialogue, but it's also being observant of the dialogue that's going on so that you can turn it around. Yeah. So definitely taking time for yourself is making the time for yourself and honoring you and no guilt associated with it. It's like, yeah, this is my time. Yeah. Life loves me and everyone here. Oh, yeah. Hello, Ryan. Yeah, life loves you. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Have a good night's sleep. Yeah, Nick, I know. I know. So having a good night's sleep is a sense of peace. It's like, I know I'm going to wake up refreshed, revived. One thing I do in order, especially if my brain just isn't shutting off and I'm going, 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 I imagine angels on the sides, like the four corners of my bed. And I do imagine they pull up the sheet and bedspread and they hold it up and then they make a wrap like at the top. They put a little bow on it. And so like I'm draped in my canopy bed again, like I had when I was little, and I knew I was protected and taken care of. But like all the curtains are closed and I feel safe and surrounded. And so that helps get that night good night's sleep. The other thing that can help is ask your angels to help you have a good night's sleep. And then also, if you are looking for a good night's sleep, set your mind to waking up in the morning feeling refreshed and like already visualize yourself like, wow, I had a good night's sleep. Whoa, that was amazing. Oh, I love how that worked out. And so you're already setting that expectation. And the thing is that 5D energy, you're working with it. I mean, go you. That is incredible. That is wonderful. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to start, yeah, getting the good night's sleep. Yeah. Hello, Trisha. Woohoo! I love that. Listening. Okay. So listening to yourself, listening to the messages from your angels, however you're talking about it, I feel like as you're listening to the guidance and the clarity of the path, this Taurus energy, I really do feel is going to interesting. I feel like it's opening some doors for you. I feel like listening is also going to be part of which door to go through. And I feel like it feels like almost like a window was shut. It's okay. I do feel like it's okay. And I feel like there's been some missed, like mismatched opportunities. I don't feel like you've missed an opportunity. It just feels like there's been some mismatched energy out there. And I feel like you have done such a superb job listening to your angels, but I also feel like your intuitive stuff for yourself is expanding now. I feel like you're like getting stronger and stronger and telling your logic like, shh, I appreciate you, but shh, yeah. Yeah. Genevieve said you need to get out your intuition breakthrough book. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. It's not long, sweetheart. You don't have tons to do. Even if you just open it and read it. Just read one of the like day one. That's all. Just read day one. Just read day 8. You don't have to fill it all in. You don't have to scold yourself. Just choose to do one if it feels like this is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to treat myself to this. But I personally love that. Thank you. I do want you working with your book. I want you enjoying it and letting that really build that intuitive muscle. It's like, you know what, baby, I don't want to go do a push-up and I'm not even doing a girl's push-up, but I can do the push-up like standing against the wall or leaning over the sink and it's easy peasy and it's out of the way kind of thing. So you're going to find that too. You might find that even just coloring around the pages, you're going to start doodling and that doodle has a message for you in your intuition breakthrough book. How cool is that? That it really does work that way. It really, really does. Yeah. Cindy said, yeah, the guilt is the hardest part. Trisha, doing a meditation at least daily in the morning for yourself. Ooh, 10 minutes minimum. Girl. Nice. Nice. Wow. Yes. That's wonderful. And Trisha, if you don't make it the full 10 minutes, there's no shaming, no meditation shaming. No, it's like your body knew it was done. Your body knew. I kept wanting to meditate longer. And it was funny because this was a couple years ago when we lived over at the other house, and angels were like, no, I want you to write down these messages now. And I'm like, wait, I'm in the zone. I want to meditate longer. They're like, no, start writing. So I want you to trust the downloads you're receiving though. Yeah. Um, Hi, Stephen. Yeah, listen to yourself and the universe. Yeah. Meg, you know what's interesting? I feel like when the universe has been in this shift into the 5D, and even though we were already in 5D, I feel like there's been some mixed frequencies that have been suddenly thrown out. And as a light worker, as a beautiful soul, I do feel like you're navigating that. And I'm very proud of you because it feels like there's been uh well, that's interesting. Just a minute. Meg, I got a message for you. Got such a message for you. Okay, that's interesting. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, Meg, okay, well, fairies are here because these lights just turned on and then they turned off. They turned on, they just came on over there and now they turned off. Okay, well, thank you, fairies. Thank you. Meg, I feel like fairies want to work with you. I know you can't. I don't understand why they turned themselves off. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't understand this. And I'm like, well, maybe it's too light. Okay, hey, hang on. I'm hiding the light so you can see what happened. Okay. This is what happened. All of a sudden they turned on over there for you. That's just crazy. That's just incredible. Okay. Incredible. So, Meg, I want you working with fairies. Your intuition is clearly going to go skyrocket. When you work with fairies, they bring other modalities. They bring in uh, really some spectacular, old, ancient wisdom. And that's what I feel like you're opening up to. So I feel like careful what you ask for, you're getting it. Yeah. Careful what you ask for, you're going to get it. Yeah. Um, yeah. Lighting your oh, right, that's right, Karen. Your first wood heater fire this week. Ooh, so the weather is getting colder. We're still in that middle zone, like it's cool. Like it is cool. I've been closing some of the windows, but it has been cold. Yeah, that's going to be nice. That I would definitely be looking forward to too. With May 1st coming up, I would love for you to really have something planned out for lighting your fire and bringing that beautiful energy. So I know it's, I think it's, no, it wouldn't be that. I'm trying to think what the opposite is on that wheel, but yeah. Oh, Meg says, I love working with my fairy friends. Well, girl, they are here for you. This is just, here's the thing because I don't know why they went dark. I don't know. Yeah, they just came on for you. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, next cycle. It was cool. Uh, oh, you've had a fairy altar for years. Nice, nice. I wonder if I have that. Let me share. Wait. I think I downloaded this. A friend had actually, I spoke at that event and met this beautiful woman, very, very talented. And she also had these fairy encounters. Here you go. Let me see if I can. Oh, wait, let me start it over. Hang on. Hang on, baby. How do I know if I started it or not? Okay, ready? Yeah. Did you see it? Did you see the fairy? I know. I know. Do you wanna I can replay it. Let's do it again. Okay, ready? Here you go. Yeah. That's what the fairy looked like too in, my other place when you could see the fairy fly by. So, yeah, fairies, they're phenomenal. They're such a blessing. She had another picture that she shared with me that, she accidentally stepped on a snail, and she was so upset, and she buried the snail by this beautiful plant, and anyway, the fairies created this plant that looked like a snail. It's just amazing. So, when you start working with fairies and you start really having the blessing of their brilliance and their wisdom, they also bring joy. And so, when you are working with fairies, remember you're already in 4D, and when you're working with angels, you're in 11D. So you're bouncing all around. So it's easier to elevate your vibration when you're in 5D. Working alongside fairies makes it easy peasy. It makes such a difference. So yeah. Oh my gosh, nice. Oh, Meg. Oh, I didn't know that. I should have you on. We should talk about fairies. I have my Fairy Dust 101 course. And honestly, I had no intention of ever creating the course. It's just the fairies were over at the farm. And they were like, get this done, do this. That's a whole reason why the fairy course was made. But oh my gosh, I would love to see some of your face. We need to have a conversation about this. We need to talk more about fairies. Fairies are so amazing. And it's incredible how what a difference they make in the world. Yeah, a positive difference. Yeah. Yeah. You could feel the energy. Ryan could feel the energy. I know, right? How fun. Aren't they? They just bring that joy. Ah, yeah. Yeah. Trisha loves the fairies at your house too. Yeah. Yeah. They find you and can be very demanding. I know, right? I know. You know what was really cool is the whole thing started with I would walk my dogs, but I wanted to give each of them their own time. So I would literally go on a half-hour walk with dog 1, half-hour walk with dog 2, half-hour walk with dog 3. And they watched me do it for several weeks, and then they started offering flowers, and it was a floral smell, like, it was I started getting some gifts, and I thought, "Hmm," and it just is neat. Their form of communication, so respectful, so wonderful, such a blessing, such a gift, yeah, but yeah, yeah. Oh, Genevieve you recently got a security camera and you keep seeing fairies on them. That is so cool. Are you putting anything out? Are you doing anything to celebrate them and acknowledge them and thank them? Yeah. So and I know Genevieve and Meg live in the same state. I don't know how far away you are. Yeah, they do love offerings. I love sharing with them. I love making things for them, and I don't know if any of you and Meg, I don't know if you've had this where I made a little glass of wine for them, and the next day it was all gone. And I can tell you it was over at the other house. I didn't have any cats, like in Trisha Land. I didn't have a Trisha Land, but where I would do my readings, it was all gone. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you take them. Yeah. Wonderful. Oh my God. I love this. You know what? May Meg and I are gonna have to talk because I would love to do, like, a fairy episode with you. We should totally do something like that. Yeah. Yeah, in the morning when you light your candle. Nice, nice. Okay, well, it is 6:37. I am sorry for holding everybody longer than that half hour that I promised that we're gonna get in. You're gonna have that energy and you're gonna be able to go on and I appreciate you all sharing, giving me this time. I know time is tight. I do know that. I know you could be anywhere, and I'm so honored that you're sharing this time, and I'm really proud of you for investing this time in you. This is one of those where you're already tapping into the Taurus energy. The fairy light just came on too. Thank you. Thank you, fairies. Thank you. Yeah. Oh my God. It's such a trip. It's wonderful. Okay. Whew. Okay. So to conclude, as you are going to use this Taurus season energy, you're going to have that new moon in Taurus and this retrograde free time. We got lots of fairies. So we're going to play with the fairies for sure. We're going to play with the bulls. We're going to stop and smell the flowers. I want you to know what is your intention you're ready to plant. What is one small action that you can take to water it, to nurture it? And what is one thing that you can already celebrate, like be grateful for? And I want it to be about you, baby. I want you to start celebrating you because remember, this is your time. I want you engaged with that goddess Venus energy. You're celebrating you. You're loving yourself. You are loving yourself. And remember, there is so much abundance in this world, and your light is one of the brightest shining stars in the universe. And so you are an innate, naturally born alignment with abundance. It is yours to experience, to have. The prosperity and abundance is here for you. And if you weren't here, you wouldn't be you wouldn't be attracted to the 5D. You wouldn't be attracted to manifesting easily. But you are, and you know this is where you belong. Your soul has led you here. And I'm so proud of you for listening. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for the conversation and for letting me go on the tangent with the fairies and the fairies making their presence very, very known. So I do hope that each and every one of you engage with the fairies, work with the fairies, check out my fairy course, my Fairy Dust 101, if you're interested in going a little deeper dive. But anyway, sweet dreams, Nicholas. Sweet dreams. Karen, I know your day is just getting started. So go, girl, go. And I want to thank each and every one of you for sharing your light with me, for allowing me the honor to be part of your journey. I want to remind each and every one of you, you are made from the divine, out of stardust, designed to shine. If you're interested in the membership, I hope you check out Trish McKinley Academy /society. I'd love to see you there. It's $11 a month, and we do super fun, cool things. And I have more excitement coming your way. So thank you for being a part of this. Mwah! I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Mwah.